gotta call David. Hello? How do I set up the stand?
You need help setting up your stand? Well, I'm here to help. First thing what we'll do is, as everything's coming off the truck, we'll unwrap everything, all the pallets, and then we count all the boxes and make sure it matches our invoice. And then what we'll do is, we'll start setting up our stand, and then as we're setting up our stand, we're counting the product. So like for the big timer, we'll go ahead and count all those items as we're putting them on the shelf to make sure we have them all. And then anything that doesn't fit on the shelves yet of the big timer, we'll go ahead and open those other boxes too, we'll count them, and then we'll stock them somewhere. So then what we do is, we'll make sure we're starting on our assortments, and what we do is we start in the middle and then work our way down. And then we start to mirror it on the other side. So we have the big timer, and we do it by price. So big timer, Perfect Shelf, All American, 49er, on down. We try to keep anything that can fit on the middle shelf, we put down on the middle shelf to reduce our space for the top shelf. And it also helps to keep everything in one spot in one general area. And then you got the Roman candles right here. We got the firecrackers right here. We got our assortments down here. Or not assortments, the novelty items. And then you got sparklers, poppets, ground spinners. We don't really put everything by price in order on the novelty items. We just kind of keep everything in those general areas that are the same as each other. And then we got the reloadables, and the biggest reloadable that could fit on the shelf like this, such as the Red Devil is the biggest one we have. So we start it down like price, and then any of the ones that could fit in the middle shelf, we put on the middle shelf. And then what we do is we do that with the multi-aerials as well. So anything that can fit in the middle shelf, we put there. The bigger ones that don't really necessarily fit right on the top shelf. And then we got the smaller ones at the bottom. That way, it keeps them all in the same general area. If someone's trying to look for a multi-aerial, hey, they're all right here. If someone's trying to look for a reloadable, they're all right there. Assortment package, they're all in that same spot. It makes it easier to explain everything. It makes it easier to sell it to the customers. So then you come over here, the bigger items that we couldn't necessarily fit on the shelf, the way we did with the Red Devil or the big timer, that's why we save our space on the top shelves. So we can lay them down like this, and we put a price tag so the customers can see that we do have them. And then what we do is, with the hang-up items, those are another things that we save for last. We just hang one of those items here so the customers can see. And then what we'll do is we'll just keep them in stock right here and just pull them on down as the customers want them. Another thing we do is with rockets, we kind of keep our rockets in baskets. And then as we start to gain some space on the shelves, we move them on down onto the shelf. But for now, what we'll do is, as we're talking to the customer, we mention those items. We do have those if they're interested in them. Basically, as you can see, everything's mirrored on each side. The only thing that's kind of different is those big items I was talking about on the end, like the Big Deluxe and the Prime Time. And then over here, we got the Power Surge and the America's Best. And then what we do is, because I don't necessarily sell as many fountains, so I keep one of each fountain up here as we can fit them in the space, and then we just sell them right out of the box. But that way the customers do know we have our fountains. Basically, the best thing to do is try to utilize your space as much as possible. What we did this year was we got kind of one row of everything. That's including like the artillery shells and the festival balls and stuff like that. But as you're selling your product, if you have a lot of other stuff, say you have a lot of artillery shells and festival balls, but you're kind of gaining more space on the shelves, you want to fill in those spots. So you want to add more artillery shells, 2-3 rows of them, festival balls. You want to make it look like we have a lot, even though you might not have as much anymore as you did early on in the weeks. Basically, that's all we do. If you have any questions, just get with David Mid-Gordon, and he can give you my number. We can, talk on the best way to set up your stand. Thank you.